What's the word, everybody? Hope y'all having a good morning. Hope y'all having a good weekend. You know, it's Saturday, but definitely wanted to chop it up again with y'all and, update y'all on this whole Iran situation, this whole conflict. And there's a few points that I do want to make too as well, because it's a lot of misinformation. And like I said, it's a lot of BS out there. And a lot of people are eating it up. So I like to break things down. You get what I'm saying? Give y'all my honest opinions, and y'all can let me know in the comments how y'all feel too. In fact, before we even get into it, I want y'all to like and subscribe. Let YouTube know we on the come up. Got a few things lined up with my podcast, me and my bro. It's a few things, man. But yeah, I've been giving y'all my opinions, and we go back to no cap, just reacting. We give y'all a thorough opinion, me and my boy Tito. So, stay tuned for both, because we definitely stay informed, and we don't really go by off of what like general media is telling you. We like to do our homework. We like to really find out what's going on. And we do find clips of people with the same opinions, of course, you get what I'm saying? And people that actually make sense versus people that's just trying to rage bait and get people to, get behind them and hate Trump and, hate Israel and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Which in my opinion, I think is complete and total BS. You get what I'm saying? This was a war that was started way back, and I think this is probably, I'm not saying this was the only time, but this was definitely a good time to act. You get what I'm saying? Well, without further ado, let's just jump right into it, because I do got a few things I wanted to show y'all. We're gonna start off with a little bit on the reason behind it. This dude Kaizen, he breaks it down. You get what I'm saying? He's actually coming at Tucker Carlson, because Tucker Carlson, I don't know, man. He's been giving me, anti-Semitic vibes. Not anti-Semitic, but he's been giving me like he's paid by somebody. You get what I'm saying? So Kaizen kind of breaks down the reasons, the actual reasons, and he kind of makes Tucker Carlson eat those words in a sense.
And we're having this war is because Israel wants it.
Come on.
That's crazy.
The only reason? I'm going to explain why the U.S. is bombing Iran's government without mentioning Israel until the end. I don't know if this war is the right call, and we won't all agree with what's happening, but At least we can understand why. Iran wasn't always a place where women were forced to cover up, the government killed its own people, and kids sold kidneys for food. It used to be a thriving democracy. Then Iran's prime minister tried.
I didn't even catch that one. Like when I heard this video, I didn't even know that there was kids selling their kidneys just so they could eat. You get what I'm saying? This is wild.
To nationalize their oil to take it back from British corporations. The CIA and the Brits didn't like that. So in 1953, they helped overthrow him and replace him with the Shah, basically a king. The Shah was controversial. So in 1979, liberal college students led a revolution to overthrow him. What they hoped for...
He was controversial, but he wasn't as worse as the Ayatollah that they just, unalived. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like... and then they pretty much want the son back of the Shah. You get what I'm saying? To like hold it down, while they have this actual election after Iran, you get what I'm saying, is liberated. But it's crazy how they like trying to go back.
Was freedom. What they got was the Islamic Republic. The Republic executed thousands of political prisoners, including those students. In 1979, they held 52 Americans hostage for 444.
Which they never like atone for, or you feel me, never apologized for, none of that.
For days. Night after night, they paraded our citizens on camera and tortured them off camera. We took that personally. Now, you need to understand this about the Islamic Republic. They aren't rational geopolitical actors. They are religious fanatics who welcome death. Their constitution lists their messiah, a figure who disappeared over 1,000 years ago, as head of state. They believe he will only come back at the end of the world, so that's what they want. That's why they fund Hamas and Hezbollah. That's why their terror network has launched attacks in Europe, Muslim countries, and killed Americans worldwide. For them, all roads lead to Armageddon. They aren't logical. They're ideological. And you can't negotiate someone out of a position that they didn't reason themselves into. For the last 2 decades, they've pursued 2 weapons to contest the West: nukes and terrorism. Obama got them to agree not to build nukes for 15 years in exchange for removing sanctions. But that gave them more money, which they gave to terrorists instead of their citizens. Then Trump removed the nuclear deal and put back sanctions. That gave them less money for terrorists.
So what would y'all prefer? What would y'all prefer? Would y'all prefer the deal or no deal? The deal is they pause nukes, but they fund them. You get what I'm saying? And Trump's is no deal. He cuts terrorist funding, and they actually push forward on making nukes now. You get what I'm saying? Either way, we were damned. You get what I'm saying? Because it's you damned if you do, damned if you don't. And at this point, I felt like it was just to the point where it's not containable. It's not ideal. You get what I'm saying? It's not something that, you get what I'm saying, we should just sit idly by and just wait for them to attack. You get what I'm saying? This was definitely called for.
But push them toward nukes. You don't want war, but you also don't want them getting nukes.
Of course.
Right? But how do you prevent the nukes without risking the war? And if they get the nukes, does war find you anyway? Do you keep playing nuclear poker and hope that they bluff for the next 20 years? Or do you flip the table? If you were the president, what would you do? And what would you realize about them if they tried to kill you, like they tried to kill Trump? Now, does Israel...
Right. I mentioned this to somebody that, they tried to kill Trump. That was them. The whole getting hit in the ear, that was them. And even Trump, unalived that dude too. The one that supposedly sent the hit. So y'all tell me if this wasn't justified. Not saying that, just going after one person, you get what I'm saying, that should start this whole war. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. But it was definitely warranted. Like, bro, you tried to off the president of the United States, bro. You didn't think there was going to be a retaliation. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that people are saying that he just jumped into this, nah, there was months. There was months of planning, months of, you feel me, them doing ins and outs and knowing the plans of a plan to a plan to a plan. Like there was plan A to plan Z. You get what I'm saying? So for people to, you feel me, word it like, Trump just did it all willy-nilly is insane to me, because even y'all know the army does not, the military does not move that way. Not the US, I'll tell you that. You get what I'm saying? Like, they definitely don't move like that. They're coordinated, you get what I'm saying? They're timed, and they proven that time and time again with the cartel leader and with Venezuela. You get what I'm saying? And now with the Ayatollah being off the grid now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You'll benefit from this? Sure. That's what happens. What would you realize about them if they tried to kill you, like they tried to kill Trump? Now, does Israel benefit from this? Sure. That's what happens when 2 countries share an enemy. You don't need to trust Israel to see that. Look, we're not saints. We're acting in our interests. But our interests and the Iranian people's interests are aligned. Right. And what we did to Iran was wrong. Now we have a chance to make it right. If you want to support my mission of bringing you clarity...
I couldn't agree more, man. And, there's some people that don't support it, but then you got people that actually was not supportive of Trump back in the day. You get what I'm saying? And I think in this second the second term, this guy right here, he actually not apologized to Trump, but I guess he acknowledged Trump for what he has been doing, and it's just insane how the media really tries to spin it, but then you got people that's waking up and realizing that things needed to be done. You get what I'm saying? And as far as gas prices, a lot of people was complaining about it, and for me, even if I see like a spike, 40, 50 cents, even $1, I don't care. Like, you got our military out there and y'all complaining about prices.
I'm excited
You got your
about
banner
this.
out?
I will get my banner. I'll put my beard on the line. I think by summertime, it's going to be an amazing time to be an American. It's going to be an amazing time to be all over the world because the sheriff is back. Listen, one of the things you guys argue a lot about is one of the biggest things was, how it's going well because they brought up gas prices. That was the thing. Or, we might be out of bombs. Those are the talking points. But here's the thing. When I'm anti-war also until my countrymen are sent out to war. Then I'm all for it, full regalia. Our troops are out there doing the thing. So you know what? High gas prices, no big deal. Food prices, no tech, all these things. Because you know what? In World War II, our American people who stayed home sacrificed everything to support our troops. So if the gas prices go up, and it's nice because we know why they went up now. Before, when prices went up, we'd be like, "Hey, Biden, why is this happening? Oh, Trump did it." President said, "Yeah, you're going to feel a pinch because this is what happens when you support the great American men and women who are just, if this was a boxing match, they would have stopped it." The president does not, I think Greg said this yesterday, I'm 1,000% behind him. He does not go into deals he does not know how to get out of.
Exactly.
This is a completely different situation, and you keep bringing up things from the past. We've never seen a response from the Middle East like we have now. We're seeing Iran is done. They are done. And the longer it drags out, it's not going to be that long. The president wouldn't put us in this position. He's proved over and over and over again that he's an anti-war president. And your talking points and just keeping it real, every time somebody quotes media as a source, I and most of the American people laugh. You guys have no credibility.
Right.
So whatever polls you want, the only poll that I'm seeing right now is there's no flags poll flying in Iran right now. So good on USA. Keep doing your thing, making the world.
That's a fact, man. Trump is literally anti-war, and you could tell by how many wars he's ended just last year. You get what I'm saying? Y'all should already know. It was to the point of no return at this point. You know what I'm saying? I showed y'all in the last video. I don't know if it was in the last video or in our No Cap Just React, but it was basically one of the leaders in I don't want to say a UN meeting, but it was definitely a meeting, and the guy pretty much told Mike Waltz, like, "Oh, you better watch how you talk to us, because you get what I'm saying." Like, it was literally a threat. You get what I'm saying, to the United States type shit. So I don't understand why people saying that Trump is, oh, he wanted this war or this and that. Come on, man, y'all lose me with this. And then you got Barack Bozo Obama type shit. Like, he's out here at Jesse Jackson's funeral, and it's just funny. Literally a week ago, he was talking about, oh, the other side are divisive, they're angry, they're the ones that spew like hate rhetoric and shit like that, but yet you go into a whole funeral and you launch this divisive attack.
The other side does
this one's prior,
angry,
like a week ago.
Exclusive, us, them, divisive politics. That's their home court.
Yeah.
Home court.
Our court is coming.
No, that's y'all home
Everywhere
court.
we see greed and bigotry being celebrated, and bullying and mockery masquerading as strength. We see science and expertise denigrated, while ignorance and dishonesty and cruelty and corruption are reaping untold rewards every single day. We see that. And it's hard to hope.
You could argue that ICE is kind of making this country a little divisive, but they're only doing their job. It's the rhetoric behind ICE that that demonizes them. You get what I'm saying? And y'all develop a bad taste for them every time y'all hear it. You get what I'm saying? You can't even ask for a soda and be like, yo, let me get a couple ice. Like, and people just, it's like they get PTSD. Oh, fuck ice. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird with people right now, yo. And it just needs to end, gang. But yeah, you got your boy Bill Murray actually supporting this. Like, and he's like the biggest Trump hater. But I feel like he's been waking up, especially after last year. You get what I'm saying? He's been waking up. I think ever since he met with Trump and realized, like, yo, he's not the guy that people are painting him to be. You get what I'm saying? So he's waking up, man. This is Bill Mayer tells the left audience he supports Donald Trump's Iran strikes and plays the video of Iranians doing the Trump dance, which is facts. They're celebrating everywhere. Not just in Iran. They're celebrating outside. The people who are exiled, the ones that escaped Iran's Islamic regime, they're out here celebrating. So I don't understand what people out here saying that, we need to mind our business, or
this week,
Trump is this and that, like, or Israel's this and that. You get what I'm saying? Israel's doing a favor for Iranian people, the Persians. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to. I don't get the rhetoric.
Also, this week, war. Did you hear about that thing? We bombed Iran, and it's going on now. Have you expected me to say I hate it? I don't. Sorry. When he puts boots on the ground, yeah, then I'll hate.
Yo, if y'all didn't even catch that, normally when somebody says like something like that, you get a round of applause. You get like, yo, he had that crowd. Like it was a dead silence. You could hear a pin drop when he said that. They was hating on that.
Now I know too many happy Iranian Americans. Sorry.
Exactly. Y'all better clap for that.
You cannot name one horrible thing that has happened in the Middle East in the last 50 years and not connect it to this fascist theocracy. They're like 6 degrees of they don't eat bacon. And it's popular. Iranians all over the world are doing the Trump dance. Have you seen that?
I'm not going to lie. He kind of had me dying with this.
It's amazing, yeah.
He's a funny dude for that, though. Yeah, man, they out here celebrating, man. Ain't nothing you can really tell them. You feel me? Look, this is another clip in New York.
USA, 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 USA.
This is where I live.
USA, USA, USA.
Look, they throwing up not only the original Iranian flag, they're throwing up the American flag, the Israel flag. You get what I'm saying? And on the contrary, on the other side of the city, you got these people that are mourning the Ayatollah. Like, you know what I'm saying, Khomeini? Like, it's insane, bro.
We mourn Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
We mourn Ayatollah Ali Khamenei.
We mourn IRGC General.
We mourn IRGC General
Qasem Soleimani.
Qasem Soleimani.
And we mourn.
And we mourn
President Ibrahim Raisi.
President Ibrahim Raisi.
As Iranian leaders who represented resistance.
Represented resistance.
Resistance to Zionism.
Resistance to Zionism.
Resistance to colonial domination.
We
stand with the Islamic Republic of Iran.
The Islamic Republic of Iran.
See, they just said that they're against colonialism, but really the control that the IRGC had on the Iranian people. You couldn't voice your opinions. As soon as you did, you was getting publicly mutilated, killed, you get what I'm saying, tortured, you get what I'm saying? So, and the women, they couldn't show their face. As soon as they showed even a strand of hair, you get what I'm saying, they was getting raped and then killed. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't understand this colonialism. I feel like colonialism is what they need. Like if I'm bugging out, like you get what I'm saying. This is a wild time right now where it's like people are literally brainwashed. But I do want to say something too. I'm surprised. Like I'm all for freedom of speech, but when you come in with this, when this is your rhetoric, or like this is what you're preaching out there in the streets, you know what I'm saying? This should be like a red flag. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is something America should not play with. This is right here is, to me, I look at this like these are cells, like terrorist cells, like, and anything could pop off at any moment. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I will keep an eye on them. That's my opinion. But yeah, man, it's wild, man. And then your boy Mamdani, he's just making shit worse.
You should have a chance, I think, to respond to this. It's an off-topic question. I'd like to know what your reaction was to the article in the Jewish Insider that was posted about your wife's social media activity. And what I'm wondering is, you're an elected official. She is not. Is it anybody's business, and is it fair to question you about it?
My wife is the love of my life, and she's also a private person who has held no formal position on my campaign or in my city hall. I, however, was elected to represent all 8.5 million people in this city, and I believe that it's my responsibility, because of that role, to answer any questions about my thoughts and my policies and my decisions.
It's funny. This guy, he's Muslim, and yet look, for me, if you my wife and you out here liking certain things, or you spewing like a different thing that I'm preaching, or even, you get what I'm saying, even if I was hiding it, you get what I'm saying, you making me hot right now. You get what I'm saying? I would have a discussion with my wife like, yo, look, you bugging out. Stop liking these type of you get what I'm saying, these posts that's making us look anti-Semitic out here. You get what I'm saying? But he didn't even say none of that. He didn't change the tone. He didn't condemn it. He didn't do any of that. You get what I'm saying? So it's you slowly see his intentions little by little. You get what I'm saying? And then the whole raising the taxes on, property tax, you get what I'm saying? That was like a left field hit for his constituents, because they didn't see that coming. You get what I'm saying? But it's just slowly but surely y'all seeing his true colors. Then I just wanted to put this one up because, and just like that, the left goes, no kings to stop killing dictators real quick. You get what I'm saying? And this is insane, bro. Because it's like y'all say no kings, but then when Trump kills, you get what I'm saying, a fucking supreme leader of a fucking regime, it's now is an issue.
No kings! No kings! No kings! No kings! No kings! No kings!
The next day.
Stop killing dictators! Stop killing dictators! Stop killing dictators!
That's all I see on the left. And I don't even like putting it to the left or the right. You get what I'm saying? But you got to put them in their place. They on the left. They got this TDS. You get what I'm saying? It's not really much you could tell them. You get what I'm saying? When it comes to, you get what I'm saying? When they're wrong, yo, they're wrong and strong. You get what I'm saying? It's not much you could really tell them. So they stay in this brainwashed state. You get what I'm saying? And they're just not, they're not open to even conversation or dialogue on the matters. You get what I'm saying? They're just, no, this is what it is. He's the bad guy. Israel is what it is. You get what I'm saying? And that's not the way, we move forward. You get what I'm saying?
And quickly,
but you got this girl. She kind of said some truth, which was facts. I think she was talking about Tim Walz.
And quickly, I just want to point out that what we've spent on the war so far is less than what Tim Walz has lost from Somali fraud in Minnesota.
I'm fucking.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That was some shots fired right there. I can't front. And then this guy, he's former Iranian political prisoner Kian Tajbakash. I don't know. Don't hang me for that. Absolutely destroys the CNN panel. Who was bashing Trump over Iran? You feel me? And this is where I'm like getting surprised at on the people that's actually starting to support Trump on this. It's the ones that you wouldn't even believe.
2 days ago, yesterday, this morning, I was told we were not at war. Today in the press conference, Pete Hegseth says, end the war. Are we at war? Are we not at war? Do we want regime change or do we not?
The president told the Iranian people in his very first
moment.
You know, I know this may sound controversial, and among my friends, some of them is controversial.
That's okay.
But I think that a lot of commentary is missing, perhaps, the big picture.
I agree.
And there is a big picture here, and perhaps to simplify it, I would put it this way: I don't think it's right to say that President Trump has started a war with Iran.
Exactly.
I think President Trump wants to finish a war that Iran started in 1979, 47 years ago. And these aren't just words. Let me just tell you an anecdote. In the 2003, 2004, when I was there in Iran working on projects at a very high level, I was talking with deputy ministers, I was talking with going back and forth. And I was in the foreign ministry in Tehran, where I met someone who was very senior, and he was semi-sympathetic with the projects we were doing. But as I was leaving, he looked me in the eye, and he said, you as an Iranian American, I want you to know something and listen very carefully. He said, we in this building, and what he meant is the foreign ministry, which meant representing the government, which means representing the regime. He said, we believe we are at war with the United States. He said at that time, it's a Cold War, but it's a war nonetheless.
I know, but
I think that
Trump called it a war.
You see, and then you hear how they it's like they don't want to hear that shit, bro. They don't. You know what I'm saying? And then look, this is the grandson of Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini. You feel me? Ali Ahmad Khomeini made it crystal clear last month on the 4th of February that, you get what I'm saying? He said the Israelis know damn well the day the Islamic nation gets the chance, we will erase Israel, just like Hamas tried. You won't see this on the mainstream media. What were the U.S. and Israel supposed to do with Iran being so defiant amid supposed negotiations? Operation Epic Fury was launched by the U.S. Central Command on February 28th. And they eating those words now.
الإسرائيليون يعرفون بدقة ويعرفون أن الشعب الإسلامي إذا يأتي يوم وهو قادر على قصف إسرائيل وعلى ضربة على إسرائيل وعلى إذا كانوا قادرين على إزالة إسرائيل سيفعلون مع إسرائيل ما فعله حماس.
So what he's saying,
كل الشعوب الإسلامية. اليوم إذا نرى أن بعض الدول المنطقة.
So he's saying that if every Arab Muslim country had the chance, they would all bomb Israel. You get what I'm saying? And that's complete BS because, as you see, they're supporting Israel in this strike right now, this whole war right now. So what he's saying is already BS.
لا يعملون بواجبهم لعلهم يقولون وحتما يقولون نحن لسنا بقادرين على ذلك. وإسرائيل يعلم وأمريكا يعلم والقادة في الدول الكبرى يعلمون أن الدول الإسلامية إذا جاء يوم وهم قادرون على قصف إسرائيل سيقصفون.
يعني الدول الخليجية والعربية كاملة والإسلامية.
كل الشعوب الإسلامية.
See, he's saying all Muslim nations, bro. I don't know where he's getting that from, but I mean, it definitely wasn't Drew, obviously. I did want to show this too because it's the fact that, you know, a lot of people are, especially my black folk. Like, I love my black people, you feel me? But they getting brainwashed to the T. Even my Latinos, bro. There's a few Latinos that, you feel me? You could sense like fear in their fucking, like the way they talk. You get what I'm saying? When you have discussions about Trump and you get what I'm saying, what the administration is doing or whatever. That's why I kind of don't even like talking to my peoples about politics, because when I put them on to certain things, that it's like they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. You get what I'm saying? But you know, this is just the society that we live in today. But this is quote unquote from Malcolm X himself, and I remember hearing the audio of this too. The white liberal is the worst enemy to America and the worst enemy to the black man. And if y'all have not been listening, doing your homework, and actually listening to what these people are saying, they making y'all the victims. And I know so many black people that are doing so well. They're doing so much better than their counterparts. You get what I'm saying? If you will want to call it that, but you get what I'm saying? They're not looking at it as like, oh, we're winning regardless. Like, you get what I'm saying? Outside of what mainstream media says, they're just taking it in as like, oh, this is all facts. We're all pressed. You get what I'm saying, bro? Like, this ain't even. I could argue that, you get what I'm saying, the last oppression I could say, you know, I don't even want to say this shit, but it's been too long already. Y'all can't keep playing this victim card all the time. You get what I'm saying? Especially when the subject is not even the matter. You get what I'm saying? So it's wicked, man. But then you got people in the hood. You feel me? A New Yorker store owner loses it after finding a Muslim police officer praying on a mat, blocking the way to the bathroom. This is crazy, bro. I'm not saying you can't practice your religion, man. But take that to your crib, take that to a mosque. You get what I'm saying? Take that, you get what I'm saying? Even into your work environment, because I'm pretty sure they allow you to pray there. You get what I'm saying? Don't be out here doing it. Don't be blatantly out in the streets you get what I'm saying, blocking traffic, just praying on the streets. Y'all wilding. Like,
bro, I don't even know what's going
that's asserting dominance if y'all didn't know.
on, but nigga, I'm trying to go to the bathroom and look, nigga got 12 in here praying. Bro, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? 12 is in there praying right now, bro. Bro. What are you doing? I just came here to pray, bro. Go pray in the car or the precinct. This ain't no fucking mosque, nigga. What's up with y'all niggas?
You got a point.
In my head too, nigga. This ain't no fucking mosque, nigga. Yeah. You on this? Yeah, I do. You on this? Yeah, I do. Okay. Yo, bro, I don't even know what's going on, but
say, yo, you on this? Yeah, I do. You feel me? Son, it's crazy, man. But I do want y'all to let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this whole Iran thing. Let me know what's y'all thoughts. Do y'all feel like Mamdani's actually doing good for New York City? And don't give me the same talking points that, you get what I'm saying, Dems are saying. You get what I'm, I hate that shit. You get what I'm saying? Give me some actual original dialogue that I could build with and actually, you get what I'm saying? I might agree with you on certain things. You get what I'm saying? You never know. Cause I'm MAGA, yeah. That's for a fact. I'll tell you that over it. But I'm not a Republican. You get what I'm saying? I'm not Republican. I do fuck with Republicans and some of their political views, you get what I'm saying, but not all of them. Like, that's complete BS if you actually took that to heart. You get what I'm saying? But yo, y'all let me know in the comments, man. And this is Vic Vera. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good one.